I'm a data scientist like many of you. My first job, almost 19 years ago to this date, was building credit card fraud detection systems using neural networks. I remember building a model and deploying it at a bank. The very first day it was deployed, it caught $1 million of fraud. My last job was at a little marketplace called Amazon, where I built machine learning applications and machine learning platforms. You know, one thing I think is a little bit of a shame for us data scientists is that we don't have our own online marketplace, a self-service marketplace where we can show off our creativity and monetize our creativity. Let me explain why that's important. In the last few years, as all of you know, online economies have taken off like a rocket. All of you are familiar with smartphone app stores. And you're all familiar with applications like WhatsApp and Instagrams that have taken off. And software developers have been able to tap into this wonderful economy powered by the cloud and devices. And not only software developers, but all types of creative people have been able to. You know, E.L. James self-published an early version of her 50 Shades of Grey. Justin Bieber was discovered on YouTube through self-publishing. There are many books being published today, self-published, that are becoming hits. And software, well, you all know about that story. But what about us data scientists? What can we create and sell online? Well, let's see. Let's see if we can take a lesson from the world of software. In the old world of software, companies had development teams. They built software. They shipped it. Even at Microsoft, there was a term called release to manufacturing, RTM. You actually released to manufacturing so you could print disks and ship it all over the world. And consumers went to stores, electronic stores, bought software, installed it on their computers, and ran it. Well, a very constrained system. No openness, no discovery. Now, how about the new world, the new app economy? You know, cloud and self-service marketplaces, and I should underline self-service, it's created enormous new opportunities because now the creators can reach the consumers directly. And that sets off a viral economy. That sets off creativity. Because there's no middleman now to tell you what to build. You build, you publish it on a marketplace, and consumers select what's best for them. And the ones that go viral then become big hits. And for data science, what would we sell that would have that same dynamic? You know, I posted that now is the time for us to try and build the new data science economy online, a marketplace. Now, let's see how we might be able to build that. Well, what do data scientists and machine learning people do typically? We build analytical models and visualization. But can you buy them? Let's take an example. Let's take an example of what the economic good might be for data science. Now, here's Joseph Mart, the world's largest online retail store. It's a mock example. And Joseph knows that recommendations are actually really useful. They increase cross-sell, they increase upsell. It's incredibly important. But, you know, building a good recommendations model is actually really hard. Most of you know that's a very, very hard problem. But even harder is deploying that on that website and at scale so that it's available, it's reliable, it can be called on every web page. And that's something Joseph would pay a lot of money for. Well, how would you make that happen? Let's see how to build that virtuous cycle in data science. Well, first, you as data scientists have to build a recommendation model. And, you know, as a data scientist, I've been actually less than satisfied with the state of our tooling. It requires a lot of coding, a lot of unnecessary work. You know, when I used to run these models, I would run out of disk space on my servers. I would be competing for compute against all of other data scientists. Very, very frustrating. What you're seeing behind me, what you just saw, is a product we launched this summer in a beta mode, Microsoft Azure Machine Learning, which brings all the benefits of the cloud to machine learning so you can experiment at scale without the constraints of compute and storage, and do machine learning experiments en masse. And that is actually very liberating. Well, but that's just the first step. To really have an economic good to sell, you need to package those models in APIs that others can consume. People can't easily consume our code. People can't easily deploy that on websites. You need APIs that are hosted in the cloud. And now what you're seeing here is a video of how, with a very few number of steps, a few clicks, you can take a model built in that Microsoft Azure machine learning platform and publish a reliable API on the cloud that anyone can consume. The cloud takes care of the deployment of the API. It takes care of the scaling. It takes care of the elasticity. It takes care of the management. You don't need software developers to now take models built in R, recode it in C++ and Java, and then engineer the hell out of it to make it available and reliable, and then monitor and metric it. The cloud facilitates all of that. And moreover, you can actually start selling that if you wanted to. So that's the third step of creating that economy, to have a marketplace where you can self-service publish these APIs in, then consumers can search for them, discover them, pay for them, and consume them. And so here is a screen capture of the datamarket.azure.com, where these machine learning APIs live, by the way, along with a lot of other data services. And what's great about it, by the way, is it's people from over 100 countries can pay for it in the currency of their choice. That frequently bought together API that Joseph Mott wanted is right there. You see the pricing on it. You can subscribe to that. You can start using it. And it's actually very simple to use in that website. All it takes is a few lines of code that's put into that website, and you can have a recommendations API right there, embedded in there, so that you can deliver recommendations at scale. Now, think about it. All the ingredients are there in place now for a data science economy. You have a great authoring platform in the cloud. You can now create machine learning models at scale. You can embed them in APIs. APIs can be consumed. APIs can be sold. APIs can be monetized. There's a marketplace where those APIs can be published. There is today, by the way, over the last 2 weeks, a team of data scientists in my org built over 15 APIs by just wrapping R packages. It's very, very simple to do and publish it. All of you can do it as well. You can take your own code, R code, publish it into an API, and then publish it into that marketplace so others can consume. And then we have had partners like startups. Versium, for example, built predictive scores, like predictive analytics scores, green score for your propensity to buy eco-friendly products, or a wealth score, or a giving score for donation propensity, and publish that in the marketplace. And so, all the ingredients for that virtuous cycle are in place. As more of you data scientists publish APIs into that marketplace will become, just like other online app stores, an enormous source of selection of intelligent APIs. And we all know, as data scientists, that actually a selection is important. The value of an API is in the customization to the domain and the high accuracy it delivers in a particular application. And that's possible when data scientists bring their domain knowledge and their creativity and create a large, wide selection of applications. And when that happens in the marketplace, the way machine learning apps are consumed would change. Enterprises and businesses who want to pay for it would first come to a marketplace, look for the APIs they would like to integrate, and with very, very little effort, they would be able to start using it, and they would pay money for it, and hopefully a virtuous cycle comes in because that monetization mechanism is very attractive to data scientists, and all of you will go create even more intelligent apps. Well, it would be a dream. Imagine 1 million APIs appearing in a marketplace and a virtuous cycle like this that us data scientists can tap into. Today, later on after this, at the Microsoft session, I'll show you some of those demos, how in minutes you can set up some of those APIs. Thank you.